All right, all right. Hey guys, welcome back to the Underground. This is Interactive Chat, our mostly weekly Solo Man podcast where we talk about everything: news, reviews, discussions, trailers, announcements, updates, PC support, state of plays. Did I forget anything? I don't know. A bunch of other stuff. Anything PSVR2 related. What is up, you guys? My name is AJ. I have missed you dearly. It has been, of course, about a month since I've done one of these, mostly due to just time scheduling conflicts, a lot of reviews I wanted to get done. I was really on top of a lot of reviews, a lot more lately than I usually am. A couple list videos. Thank you to everybody who's checked out my top 20 best PSVR2 games so far. Man, let me tell you, that list, hard to make. Hard to squeeze it down to just 20. But pretty happy with it, and I have more lists on the way, in the works as we speak, that I cannot wait to share with you all. Before we get started, this is, of course, Interactive Chat, where I like to interact with you guys and say, what is up to Mal? Ayo! Blue Jew, the Underground Game Cap for Life, Elite Name Squad in the house, AVC3, hey! Alessandro Barlotta, hey, buonasera! Adam Gaming, what is up, man? Varglesoft, nice to see you guys. Mark Smith, Dan Kiefer, what is up, you guys? So good to see you. We got lots to talk about today, man. Alien has had a huge update. State of Play was yesterday. I'm going to share my thoughts on that. There's a brand new free DLC that is a promotion that's not being promoted that you need to get. There's a Planet of the Discount sale going on and all sorts of things. New games. We're going to talk about Epic Roller Coaster a little bit. A bunch of stuff going on that you may have missed, but don't worry. I've got you covered today. What is up, Salvador? Game Cat, Photo Nutter, all of you guys. So good to see you. So before we get started, real quick, I do want to thank a couple group of people. First of all, these people down here that go to patreon.com/PSVR Underground. Support me for $1 or more a month. Yeah, man, I typically have sometimes some additional reviews and stuff in there. It's been a little quiet because I've been focusing on the channel right now, but I will definitely, next chance I get, add some stuff on there for you guys, some new goodies to check out. Of course, you lovely people that are here today, right now, as well as those watching later. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being part of the underground resistance. Because, yeah, man, this little thing called VR is awesome and special, and you're special. Thank you for being a part of it. So, of course, we've got some major stuff to talk about here. Now, real quick, I want to rewind. For those who missed it, perhaps, hand tracking is now a thing on PSVR 2. Yes, it is official because Waltz of the Wizard is the first official game to get hand tracking on PSVR 2. And I spent a good amount of time with this. Now, quick backstory, very short backstory, is that like I've messed with some hand tracking before, and the best experience I've ever had with it was actually at an arcade. There was a roller coaster where it was VR, and it was a roller coaster arcade machine. Specifically, not an actual roller coaster, but it was a roller coaster arcade machine, because I like to visit the arcade every now and then. They have lots of VR stuff there now, which is really cool. They got like Beat Saber, Star Wars, a couple other things. One of those things was a roller coaster ride where you actually had VR and hand tracking, and you ride a roller coaster and you swat at flies and stuff. That was actually the first time where I was like, oh, like this actually can be pretty cool and immersive. Obviously, huge limitations to what you can do with it. I think the biggest hurdle for developers obviously would be locomotion systems, because yeah, even in Waltz of the Wizard, which is fantastic with the hand tracking, even after making that little video, another video, if you want to see a little bit of gameplay of it, I got another video on that. Thank you to everybody that watched that as well. Glad you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I just got to mess around, was just kind of experimenting with the new feature, and works pretty well on PSVR2. Now, it's not perfect. Like I said, the locomotion system is a little iffy. It's a little slow and clunky, I would say. Slow and clunky is the best way to describe it. Sometimes can be a little janky. Especially the hardest thing to do is to turn. They tell you to snap your fingers like this together and then move like this. It doesn't really work, but I do the full, to get it to work properly, I had to do the full like Dr. Evil, like the zip it, the whoosh, zip it. I think that's what he used to say, zip it. And you do that to the left, and you zip it to the left, and you zip it to the right. And that was the best way to actually do the hand tracking. I'm sorry, the turning, snap turning in there. Dan Keever asks, how do you turn? How do you turn in Waltz of the Wizard? Yeah, that's what I just answered. Do the zip it, the Dr. Evil zip it, and pull. And you got to do it like really quick, like this, and this. Because yeah, it's pretty difficult. It does tell you how to do it, but that just for some reason doesn't work super well. You know, I will always prefer a controller. I am a gamer at heart, as many of you are. And I was literally, my mom used to always say I was born with a controller in my hand. Because I've just always loved console gaming, controllers, whatever. Plus, you get the sweet haptics, adaptive triggers, things like that. But that being said, I am all for having more features, more things to experiment with and experience on PlayStation VR 2. So I'm all about it. Where whatever game can add some hand tracking, especially ones where I'm not usually interested in playing them otherwise. I'm all for this, man. I think more of something, just to have more options, more things to do. Why not? That is not a bad thing. It's not going to hurt anything having hand tracking. So I do think we're going to see more of this. And I do think we're going to see it pretty soon. And I will tell you why. But before I do that, that's going to come a little bit later. A couple games. I made a quick list, just quickly running through what up, Bambino? Quickly running through a couple games that I think would work really well with hand tracking. Puzzling Places, obviously, the little jigsaw puzzle. You grab pieces and put them together. That I think could be pretty cool. This one, I don't know if it would work for like every mode in the game, which would be unfortunate, but I actually thought that this could be a cool one to experiment with, at least for some of the modes. Like, hey, this level or this mode has the hand tracking ability. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. You're sitting there, you're literally, all you're doing is like pressing buttons and grabbing things, and you're not moving anywhere. I think FNAF would actually be a pretty cool one for the hand tracking. Things that really just don't use locomotion and have a lot of interacting. The Room VR, A Dark Matter would be a good one. Job Simulator, Townsman VR. Now that does require some, like, you're like that godlike kind of point of view where you're, floating around. So the locomotion part of that would be kind of difficult, but the picking up of the little pilgrims or medieval knights and stuff would be pretty cool. A game that a lot of people out there really, really like. It's not really for me, but a lot of people really like Toss. I was kind of curious, maybe Toss could work, grabbing the monkey bars and swinging yourself and stuff like that. That could potentially work pretty well. And then, of course, the big one that I think I'd like to see is you dirty chat. Unplugged VR. I tried Unplugged. I was not a fan of it. And I've heard before a lot of people say that Unplugged is actually best experience with hand tracking. In fact, I've heard people say it's really, really good with it. So, those are just a couple I think could work. Just having some fun, jotting down a quick list of something. Adam Gaming says GT7. But yeah, a couple of those, like I said, ones that don't really require a lot of movement and just basically touchy-feely things could work pretty well. Also, there's that I keep wanting to say Masters of the Universe. I don't remember what it's called. Masters of something that just recently came out. That'd be a cool one too. Apparently, was designed with hand tracking in mind. So, But really awesome, man. And you know, again, I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but you know, a lot of the times there's a topic of conversation that comes up regarding like what is Sony doing like behind the scenes. And while you know there's a lot of things we'd like to see them be doing during this or at least start getting to work on during this kind of restructure that they're going through, it's nice to see that this, you know, this had to be built into Sony's engine. So this was something that was having to be done with the hardware behind the scenes, and then developers have to go and then use Sony's dev toolkit and then program it into the PlayStation dev kit. So this definitely took some back end work from Sony. So just a nice new cool little feature. I don't care if it arrived a little bit late, better late than never. It's really interesting how they're doing these things and they're kind of coming around, and you know, 2 years later, here we are. Now we have games with hand tracking. Last August, we had the PC adapter. I don't really care when they do it. I just want to see them keep adding stuff. Why not? It's pretty cool. GC13, hello. Jason Parker, Masters of Light. That's the name. Thank you. What up, JP? Flame Hat, the Game Cat, fire, fire, fire. Pete Neon says Subside. Yeah, I could see like the swimming being pretty cool. God, that would the cave level would freak me out though. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff I'd like to see. Ooh, Hamoud says Border Bots would work. Yeah, Border Bots, nice little kind of a hidden gem there. Yeah, that would be a cool one though. That would work. Yeah, it's a little, like I said, it can be a little finicky. It can be a little janky. Sometimes you're like triggering things that you're not meaning to. Sometimes you're just triggering reactions that you don't intend to. It's not perfect, but it feels good, and when it does work well, it is actually really cool. So good stuff. So just in case you missed it, now you're caught up. Now we're ready to talk about something else, because I have a question. Do you like free stuff? Do you? Because I like free stuff. And shout out to Distracted, and also whomever posted it in the Discord. So VR Skater. VR Skater is, of course, the VR skateboarding game. I'm a big fan of this. Now, I caught a flack from one person from one person that has skateboarded for 30 years, was like, this game sucks. And I'm like, all right, well, not all of us have skateboarded for 30 years, so it's all good, man. Like, I get it. I'd probably be more picky about the things that, you know, I do in real life, doing it in VR as well, if it's not 1-to-1 or whatever. But I'm a big fan of VR Skater. I love this game. I think it's so much fun. I think it's really high quality. Yes, it's hard. It's got a learning curve at first. But I love this game. I think it's great. A little bit last year, they added the SL DLC. And this game, I think the biggest problem I've always had with it is just the price of it. Like, I've always wanted this. I love this game, but I've always thought it was a little pricey. And then they've added the DLC bundle, which did, in all fairness, like double the amount of content in the game by adding basically skate parks to it, and a track that you can actually go back and forth on. It's not just kind of like a linear with like a couple optional paths. No, it's actually one. It feels more like a skate arena, or skate park, I should say. It's very much a skate park. This DLC, guys, right now is free, and this is what it looks like. And if you go to the PlayStation Store, go to the site or whatever, I think if you just have, I think you have to maybe have VR Skater, perhaps, maybe even not. But there is a Perp promo, because it's published by Perp Games, and it's called the Perp Promo VRS DLC Bundle. It's absolutely free. That is insane. That is a lot of content. I think it was a $20 DLC. So that's a free $20 in your pocket right there. So I have to absolutely recommend, especially if you have VR Skater and haven't gotten this yet, you have got to go get this. Go see if you can get it, even if you don't have the game, because it'd be 100% worth it. You also get the trucks, the FX trucks pack, 1 with it. I really like I actually like the board customization in this game. One of my favorite things about it is just a small little detail, like how the board wears out, and then it wears out all over, and then just gets all busted up, and then you go back to the shop and you just slap a new coat of paint on it, put new trucks, new wheels on it, and it's such a satisfying part of the game loop that I really, really like. But yeah, man, 100%. This is a free. The $20 DLC is right now free, and so go out and get it. I also, like I said, I personally really recommend VR Skater. If you've been skating for 30 years, maybe you're not going to like it as much. I'm sorry, dude. I'm giving him so much crap lately for that. But I don't really care. Look, here's the thing. At the end of the day, I worked my ass off on that top 20 list to make it as best and polished as possible for you guys and for people. And you if you try to please everybody all the time, you're going to end up pleasing nobody. So, just do my best, and don't like it. Sorry. It's my opinion. I'm entitled to mine. You're entitled to yours. It's all good, man. We can group hug and sing Kumbaya around the fire, whatever. Anyways. Yes. So just wanted to give a major heads up. Big shout out to Distracted for noticing that, because I don't know how long that promo is going to be there. And yes, Vince Virtua points out that VR Skater is on sale right now as well. And I'm going to actually be going through at the end of the show. We're going to be going through giving up the thumbs up, thumbs down on the Planet of the Discount sale. So I'll tell you what my biggest recommendations, because these days, man, it really seems like waiting for the sale is the best time to get a game these days, which is, it has its advantages and disadvantages. Really big disadvantages, of course, if you want to buy a game day one and support the developers and, spend the extra money. But man, yeah, it really sucks how so many games come out in kind of poor states, and you got to wait for the patches, and then they go on sale. So really, I mean, hey, I guess that's just what we're doing now. But yeah, we'll go through the sale a little bit later. Something else I wanted to point out, kind of like one of my, I talked about free stuff. If you like free stuff, we're not done yet. Oh, by the way, if you just go to VR Skater on the store and scroll down, you'll see the add-on there. So that's how you can find it there as well. But anyways, what is up? Hey, Dizzle. Thank you, GC. I appreciate you saying something nice about me for once. It is much appreciated. Checks in the mail. I heart you too. Anyways, guys, another free thing that you should grab if you haven't yet is Epic Roller Coaster. Epic Roller Coaster came out kind of during a really busy time. I think it came out right next to like Resident Evil 4. So it looks like people have downloaded it because it has a lot of ratings on the store. But hey, man, I'm a fan of this game. I have always said that I have thought that it was crazy that nobody out there has just made a roller coaster game for VR. It seems like the most obvious thing to do. So I need to live up to my promise of saying I would totally support a good roller coaster game. Guys, Epic Roller Coaster is really good. It has really great haptics and really fast courses, good, smooth, for the most part, experience. But some really good stuff in there. And anyways, there was a new DLC that dropped for Epic Roller Coaster that completely went under the radar. And yeah, it's called Fantasy Thrills DLC. It's actually on sale right now for like $7.99. Now, I've told you before, kind of like, I played through all of the DLC to tell you which ones to get, which ones to avoid. I've always said avoid the Real Places bundle. Do not do that one. It's like just cheap Unity assets just kind of quickly put together, and it's very bare bones. I've always liked the Super Coasters bundle. The SpongeBob bundle is cool, which I've never watched SpongeBob ever, but the bundle was fun. But now there's this new Fantasy Thrills one. And guys, I checked this out and I'm a fan. Like, this one is actually pretty good and it's on sale right now. I know it's like $7, but the game is free. I've kind of poured a lot of money into this game. Usually I wait till the DLCs go on sale. They usually go on sale for like $5 to $7 or whatever. But I really, really like this one. This is another good addition to the game, and it adds like a superhero chase, and it's the most generic. It's like the most generic and cheesy superhero and supervillain, but you're just going around the city, and the superhero is chasing the supervillain, and there's some cool stuff, some explosions. It's got some like action-y stuff. There's like a Peter Pan kind of thing where you actually, this one gets kind of wild. You basically ride a roller coaster from your bed, but there is no like track. Like, you're just on a bed flying around. And I was like, oh shit, like they are for real. Like, there, no F's were given about motion sickness or anything like that. They don't care. They just put you on your bed, and you meet Peter Pan, and you fly out. And there's actually some really beautiful environments in that too. Really, really cool. There's a Red Riding Hood something, and it's like this black, it's like a really dark nighttime forest, but like all of the trees are like super red. And dude, in the OLED with the high resolution and no Mura or anything, the OLED, that level looks really, really good. So that's pretty cool. And then there's like one or two others that were pretty good as well. But yeah, man, for those that, you know, enjoy the wild ride stuff like I do in VR, if you are interested, I would give this Fantasy Thrill a thumbs up. But I'm not done there. There's also the Dynasty Dash, which came out recently, and I don't know if you've seen the Dynasty Dash or not, but the Dynasty Dash level is sweet. It's $2, and you go alongside like the Great Wall of China, and there's like a bunch of battles going on. That one is also really, really cool. So I recommend that. But wait, there's one more thing. There's now also I forget what it's called. It's some kind of special cart. It's just one of the carts you ride in. It's 99 cents and you buy it. And basically the whole purpose of this cart, which it can't be used on every level, but it can be used on a good bit of them, is, I think it's called like the Flash Cart or something. I don't remember. But it basically is just designed to go much faster. It basically just goes really fast. So it goes faster than the normal cart. So if you're not getting enough adrenaline junkiness from your other thing, then definitely pick up that cart for 99 cents. Get the Dynasty Dash. I also recommend the Fantasy Thrills. Like I said, Fantasy Thrills, like there's a little bit of like lower budget stuff, but it's got a lot of charm to it, and it's really cool, and it takes you, and it like really doesn't care. The last thing I'll say about Epic Roller Coasters is that it looks like they may have actually redesigned some of their levels. I don't know if this is true or not, but there's like a cyberpunk city level that I don't remember being there. That's actually pretty cool now. So go check out that cyberpunk level because yeah, you're literally flying through a cyberpunk city. And that was pretty cool. So shout out to Epic Roller Coaster, man. Quietly, you know, they don't do any promotion really well or anything. They're just a small team out of Brazil. But it's pretty cool. I'm just really happy to have a roller coaster finally, a roller coaster game in VR. And if you have a Behaptics vest or any haptics vest with like the audio haptics, it's also really great with that. And it does have native support as well on PSVR2. So it does have native Behaptics. So that's an information overload that's a full review right there of Epic Roller Coaster. Some coasters are good, some are bad. I've told you before which ones which bundles to pick. But yeah, good stuff, man. I hope to see some more stuff. I'd like to see people, check this out. Don't miss it, because I think you'd be missing out. But also, like, I want to keep supporting these devs and because I want more of this. Like, I wish they had more money. I wish Sony would like buy them for like $20 and then just have them crank out new roller coasters all the time. Okay, more than $20, but they're pretty good for being such a small team with a lower budget. Pretty good. All right, so that was a lot about Epic Roller Coasters. Good stuff, man. Sadokar, 7th Legion, my personal PS5 Pro Fund. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man, for the love and support. Man, you're awesome. Hardcore supportive. I appreciate you. All of you are. Says, hope you're well, mate. Do you think it's about time they brought the best VR1 games to VR2? Which would you most want? Well, my friend, in fact, first of all, yes, I think they're long overdue. I actually, at some point pretty recently, did a little bit of a Twitter poll trying to make some noise. I'm trying to make some noise about this on Twitter. And the reason is because I have, honestly, I just, out of desperation, I have a couple like pretty big deal people at Sony following me. So just kind of for fun, but also to kind of make some noise, make some awareness. Let me show you here. I did actually make a little thing. I just said, like, if you think Sony should bring these to PSVR2. And these are the biggest ones I think I'd like to see come to PlayStation VR2. Astrobot Rescue Mission, obviously. Until Dawn, Rush of Blood, Blood and Truth, Farpoint, and Wipeout Omega Collection. And I just said these games are too good to be abandoned on PSVR 1. I'm never going to shut up about this, because I really believe that it would be an absolute travesty for these games to never see the light of day again on another PlayStation VR headset, especially 2. I think these are really, really good. And it's, with the way that Sony is kind of operating right now and slowly coming around to kind of like adding these features, I'm not completely writing out the possibility of this happening one day. Now, do I expect it? No, but that's not going to stop me from trying. That's part of the reason I made this platform and everything is to make, our voices heard, make my voice heard, make our voices heard, and fight for us, man. So, I don't know, like I said, I hope that they see that they at least put, even if they see it for 2 seconds and they go, I don't know why they're following me either. I don't know if they just like the updates I do, or if they're following me to make sure I don't spill anything or give away anything, or I don't know. But Sony hasn't been really good about listening to the VR base at all. But I hope that can change. A lot of that has to do with, again, the restructure going on, and the chaos that Jim Ryan caused. But, here's the thing. As the title of the video says, this is the theme of today, is nature is healing, man. Nature is healing. We got a PC adapter or whatever. Now we got hand tracking. Games are getting updates. Next, we need to see more. But I think it's going to be a little bit of time before we see anything, because for all we know, they could be back to square zero with PSVR 2 and just starting development on something for it. So who knows? Only Sony knows. But yeah, those are the games that I would like to see the most. And, as some people pointed out, with this new hand tracking ability, or the fact that they can actually track your hands, that goes to show that, we should, in theory, be able to track an aim controller or a DualSense controller. And maybe, this is just one other piece of the puzzle to getting there. Don't know, but I'm hopeful that to see that one day. I think the the best chance we have is to just never give up on it and keep fighting until, everything's until Sony goes under. But we got to try, man. But yeah, I'd love to see some of those. Some of those games are just absolute classics, and I would love to see them come to PSVR2, because I would not hesitate to go over there right now and plug in my PSVR1 and play those again, because they're just amazing and they're timeless. And those are some of my favorites. So thank you, Sadakar, for the donation, my friend. Appreciate you, man. All right. So moving on to the next thing. We got through that. We have a new game that was announced. And speaking of PSVR1 games that need to come to PSVR2, this is by the Binary Mill, a studio that a lot of their games were kind of hit or miss, mostly pretty, like always like solid at most. But they have announced their new game, and I know it gets beaten to death, worn out like crazy, but their new game is called Resist. And this is, I know we hear all the time people say, oh, it's Spider-Man with guns. I've never said that before, but I know a lot of people make that comparison. I know Wes on Virtual Strangers makes a lot of jokes about how they're always saying this game is Spider-Man with guns. This is the first time I'm going to actually break the seal on this on my channel and say, dude, this looks like Spider-Man with guns. Like straight up, it doesn't get any more Spider-Man with guns than this. But there's some really cool looking stuff in here. Swinging through the city, like just like right now. Look at that. There's a big city to swing through. There's shooting. There's these like superhero looking robot enemies or super villain looking robot enemies. This looks like a fun time, And the Binary Mill has a pretty good track record. Obviously, I think their biggest one for us that we had was Rush VR, the wingsuit game. I always wanted them to remaster Rush VR because that's a pretty sweet. Rush VR was really good. I love extreme sports in VR, but hey, you know what? I'll take this. Like, this looks pretty good. This looks pretty cool. And if Sony's not going to give us a Spider-Man VR, then there's nothing more I love than when a developer comes out and does something like this to show that, hey, like, people can handle this. People do want this kind of stuff. Quit playing it safe. Take the training wheels off. Like this is what especially seasoned VR veterans and gamers really like, is this crazy stuff you can't do in real life. This is the fantasy that VR allows you to live. But swinging through the city looks really cool. I don't know anything else about it other than, well, I guess from what it shows here, it looks like there's some puzzles, there's some upgrades, and that's about it. So I don't know much about this game, but just from what I've taken away from the trailer, and then some of the comments I saw were saying like this was really fun to swing around in. But other than that, I don't really know much, but really cool. And looking forward to seeing Binary Mill's next game, which is pretty sweet. Spooky Yuki says, so it's Batman in daylight, I have no idea. I don't know. Batman doesn't use a gun except for in like that one movie, which was really kind of strange. But yeah, man. So looking forward to this. I don't think there's not a release date or anything, but they talked about, sharing some more soon, and it's going to likely have some PSVR2 features. Take advantage. This footage is from the PC version. This game's on, I think, PC and Quest. This is the PC footage, so probably closer to what we would get, hopefully. Awesome Tatum says, Resist is good, but it is an older one. Oh, it's an older one-trick pony VR game, but fun altogether. Okay. Piotrek F says, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 would be great in VR. I agree. Delgato says, Resist is such an underrated gem. The gameplay loop and missions is pretty much close to the Insomniac Spider-Man games. But it's so fun. Very nice to hear. Yeah. I agree with you, Hamoud, too. It says, being a one-trick pony game is all right if priced accordingly. True. Yeah, just don't make it $40 and we don't have no problems. We do kind of, either need to pay for an amazing high quality experience or a lot of content. And we'll shell out the cash for you. But yeah, that's pretty cool. That looks pretty nice. So looking forward to Resist. All right, so now want to do a quick little recap. What is up, Dead Ringer? Shout out to the Dead Ringer Juniors. Happy Friday Eve. One more day, guys. Almost there. Also, I forgot to mention this. Saturday night live streams is returning this Saturday. I don't know if it's going to be every single week. I'd love to do that. But I'm going to be bringing back Saturday Night live stream. We're going to be doing an episode this weekend. I am going to make a community post about this as well, just to give a little extra heads up. But get your picks ready. What games are you guys going to pick? What games? And let me know. But yeah, Saturday Night live stream happening this Saturday night, 8:00 Eastern, most likely. 8 games. You decide what I play. I got to make a new intro video for that. So I might have to work on a new intro video for that tomorrow. And this is only PSVR2, Flamehat. I want to ease back in. I got to honestly, one of my favorite things about Saturday Night live streams was that I always cleared the backlog. I had 0 backlog because every single Saturday for 4 years straight, I was playing 8 games a Saturday night. And so I never had a backlog, either playing, 8 different games or just Dread Halls for 300 hours or whatever torture you sick people put me through. Nope. No Dread Halls, no 1,000 foot robot golf, 100 foot robot golf. But yeah, I'm going to leave a community post here probably tomorrow, letting people know that it's going to be Saturday. And I also want to be interested and see what you guys are going to be trying to pick. Remember, it's first come, first serve. So get there quick. Oh my God, Madison. Oh, please don't make me do Madison. Madison's so scary. Oh man, Madison's going to be the new damn Dread Halls for me. God, that game's scary, but I love it. So it's all good. Anyways. All right, guys. So yesterday was a state of play. And, Sony's been pretty good actually about the last couple state of plays, whatever, about setting expectations accordingly. And this one just mentioned PS5 games. So, those of you that follow me on Twitter, I wasn't really expecting anything. I was expecting nothing at all. I wasn't sure. I was hoping to see some stuff. But I think I was I knew for sure this, if they don't mention it, even when they mention PSVR2, my expectations are low. So if they don't mention PSVR2, then I'm 0 expectations of anything. And it was an okay state of play. Again, if I was a non-VR player, there was some cool stuff, but I only play VR. I only care about VR. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be playing any games at all if not for VR. I'd probably be doing things that are much better for me. But no, I love VR. That's to me is the future of gaming, and that's all I care about. And so they didn't mention anything. That being said, there were 3, maybe 2, we don't really know just yet, games announced or shown off, I should say, at the state of play. And these were all hybrid games, which I thought was really interesting. I think, these aren't super big name drop, mic drop moment kind of IPs, but they're still hybrid games, and I'll take that. I'm cool with that. I want as many hybrid games as possible. I think hybrid games, especially when it's a high profile game like Hitman, which is upcoming, you're damn right. Those sell headsets. Those are so important for selling headsets. You say Hitman in VR, Grand Theft Auto in VR, Resident Evil VR, Gran Turismo, No Man's Sky. These are what sell gamers on VR. So the ones shown yesterday, maybe one of them is a big headset seller, but mostly I think these are just cool new additions. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we had. And I'll get that donation in just a minute, man. What up? Super Elastic Bubble Plastic Game Cat. Thank you so much, man. The first game I want to talk about is Dreams of Another. This was the probably biggest surprise one, because this is a third-person exploration action game, and it looks pretty trippy, and it looks like it was also published by Pixel Gear, which was interesting when I saw that, because they obviously made the Pixel Junk games on PSVR1. And this one's interesting because you're using a gun, but you're actually like creating stuff with the gun. And that's kind of the philosophy behind the game was like the developer was saying like, oh, so many games with guns and violence. Like, so this is like one of those more like artsy kind of games, which I think are really important. And can kind of, can deliver something cool sometimes. Now, that being said, it sounds like in terms of what it includes with the VR mode, it sounds like it's just going to be third person in VR, which I'm willing to try. Like, I'm okay with that. Some games, I think, especially when they're visually pleasing, third person games can be awesome in VR. Sometimes just being in that world, if it looks beautiful, that's enough. I've played tons of games with UEVR like Spyro, Crash, Final Fantasy VII. I didn't think I liked third-person VR until I played those in VR, and I was like, oh, shit. I like third-person VR. I just didn't know it. Not for like every game, obviously, but I think it's healthy to have the mix. I think we shouldn't limit ourselves. Limit ourselves to like, just one thing. Should try as much stuff as possible. See what works. See what ends up being the coolest. But yeah, man, this game seems pretty interesting. You're exploring throughout like a dreamlike world. Visually, I see a lot of people like saying it looks like Dreams, which I could totally see that. It looks like a Dreams game kind of. But it also looks like visually kind of nice. And especially potentially being in VR could be really cool. So I'm looking forward to trying this out and seeing more what it's about. I don't know. It could just be a cool, trippy experience. It could be terrible. I don't really know until I play it. But that was at least a big surprise that came out, and look forward to trying it. Another hybrid game, which is interesting. Another game that was shown was Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic or something. Now, this is believed to be PSVR2 supported because it popped up on the PSVR2 store, and Sony also tweeted out that it's coming at a later date with PSVR, with PS5 and PSVR2 support. Now there's a little bit of a FNAF gate, if you will, because that tweet was removed. The State of Play trailer didn't mention VR. So personally, I feel like it's possible it's coming to PSVR 2, maybe just at a later date. Maybe they didn't want to put it. Maybe they deleted. My theory is that they deleted the tweet because it's not going to be ready at launch. The game's probably going to come out first flat and then possibly get VR later. That's just my theory, though. This one's interesting because, first of all, I loved the first FNAF, Help Wanted. I knew nothing about Five Nights at Freddy's. And then I played Help Wanted, and then I fell in love with it. It's pretty much just that game, though. A second Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted came out. I hardly played it. I need to play it more. It got just kind of lost in the mix. I think it was another one that came out when Resident Evil 4 came out. So it was sorry. But man, I regret not playing that more. Maybe that's one for Saturday Night Livestreams. That's all I've played of it so far is 15 minutes of it from Five Nights at Freddy's. But But anyways, so we'll have to wait and see what the deal is with the VR mode. All signs are pointing toward it's going to have VR, just maybe later. So we'll just wait and see. It sounds like they are wanting to save that announcement for later. I don't know. Speaking of which, guys, PSVR2's birthday is less than 10 days away. It's February 22nd. And that was one of the reasons that I also, no mention of PS5. No mention of PSVR2 in the PlayStation blog, coupled with the anniversary coming up. I was like, well, they got to have something to show for the anniversary. It's so close to each other. So I'm really expecting next Saturday that we get, it's probably going to be PlayStation blog, YouTube channel, stuff like that. I'm not expecting a showcase. If anything, just a Twitter drop and blog post or whatever. I'm fine with that as long as the announcements are cool. I don't really care. I've kind of given up at this point, but they'll probably post trailers on YouTube and then do like Spotlight, something like that. Last year we had the PC adapter announced. I think Zombie Army VR was announced. A couple other games. So I think this year we're going to probably see, I think they're going to drop some new games coming, obviously some indies. I'm not expecting anything huge. Maybe this game. But I'll expect a couple surprise, a surprise game here or there. Maybe some release dates on stuff. I'm also thinking maybe some announcements about the hand tracking. I think they're going to announce the hand tracking to a wider audience because they haven't really done that. I don't really know because it's kind of a mess over there right now, but that's kind of just my theory. But regardless of what they show, I 100% guarantee that they are going to be showing something for the anniversary. I believe so. I can't guarantee that because I'm not Sony. I mean, if it was me, yeah, I would guarantee it. But I do think that's going to happen. Absolutely. Especially with, no real big announcements that came from this state of play. But do not fret because there was, in fact, one more announcement. And this was the biggest one, in my opinion, in regards to VR support. And that is, of course, that's the wrong trailer. Hold on. The Midnight Walk. This is, of course, the claymation, fully built, animated game. And we got a first look at some gameplay showing off some first person. And we got kind of a little bit more look into, still not much. I still think it was very much a teaser, but we kind of got to see how the game is going to function. And what it looks like is that it is first person, that you do have these hands, and you're following Potboy is his name, little demon looking kid with a flaming head. But yeah, they're following Potboy around, and it showed off some like first person shooting stuff, which was a surprise to me. But they gave us a release date for this, and that is, of course, May 8th. So May 8th, this is going to be coming. The game is also available to pre-order now for $39.99 and a 10% discount if you pre-order it. It's a little pricier than what I was expecting, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. In my, my favorite part about this is that I love seeing all the people talk about the claymation games they played growing up. I love seeing people mention Skull Monkeys, also a huge favorite of mine. One of my favorite PS1 games. I love Skull Monkeys. I liked Armor Krog, even though it was just like mid. It was like, okay, it was just cool to be there. Of course, Clay Fighter, those games, and then the Neverhood games. But Skull Monkeys, to me, off the top of my head at least, will always be my favorite claymation game I've ever played. It's so good. Beans, musical fruit. Love that game so much. So I was I've been really excited, and I see a lot of people really excited about this game as well. It being a hybrid is probably going to help sales a little bit. Pretty cool. So, this being a hybrid, really cool stuff. I think he's called Pot Boy. I'm pretty sure that's his name. I don't think it's Pop Boy. I think he's Pot Boy because his head is literally a pot. He's a pothead. Will, oh my goodness. That guy is Will VR is in the chat, everybody. Jesus almighty. Legend. You legend. Oh my goodness. Old school PSVR1 guy right here. Yes, we are all still alive. Barely. We're really old now though, Will. We're all still alive, luckily. But we're really old and in lots of pain from just getting out of bed. It sucks. Good to see you, Will. Awesome, man. We need to see more of you. All right, guys. So Midnight Walk looks awesome. Cannot wait. May 8th. Hybrid game. Let's keep the hybrid games coming. Let's do this. Will says, I went down with the ship known as PSVR1. Yeah, he did. Oh, man. We're still out here fighting, man. Grinding, battling. We're all that's left, man. We are all that's left. We are almost extinct, so we gotta fight back. Anyways, wow. Did not have that guy as Will VR showing up on my stream today on my interactive chat bingo card. But if you did, congratulations. I'll send you a code for, I don't know, something. I'll get Brian to give me a review key for one of those shitty games and give it to you. All right. Anyways, okay. So before we move on to our next topic, I got a couple donos to go through. Thank you so much, Super Elastic Bubble Plastic Game Cat, for the $10 donation, keeping that tip train going. Thank you so much, man. This is hard to catch you outside parole. Here now. Feels great. Let's go. Awesome, man. So glad that you could make it here tonight. This is usually every single Thursday, same time. But my schedule's hectic. I don't get a lot of free time all the time. So if there's a constant flow of big news and I'm not having to review a game, then you're going to see this show here every Thursday, same time. If there's no news and if I'm like reviewing 5 games because for some reason all the games like to come out at once, I'm exhausted, and then I might have to skip. But I like to do the show as much as possible. We also got Dead Ringer, the Game Cat. Thank you so much. $2 donation. Says, I'll keep that tip train going. Choo choo. Thank you so much, man. Shout out to you and the Dead Ringers Juniors. But there was another one. I didn't miss you here, Sal. Sal tipped using the Streamlabs link, which 100% goes to me, by the way. So thank you, Sal, for the donation. And says, AJ, at least in the North America store. Hold on. Oh, what did that say? AJ, at least in the North America store, the VR Skate DLC is only free if you have Retropolis 2. Weird. Yes, that is weird. So I finally got the DLC for free, but I had to buy the other game, Patrol, or I had to buy Retropolis. Or it just said unavailable. Luckily, it's on sale for $8.90. That is interesting. I did not see that coming. Wait a minute. Hey, Jew, you don't have a Retropolis, right? So, Sal, Julia does not have Retropolis, but she does have VR Skater, and she was able to buy that. So, what is going on? I don't know, but congrats on having Retropolis 2 now, which I think is a really good game. So I hope you enjoy that as well. maybe it was just you. Maybe I don't know. That's crazy. Interesting. Yeah, so Julia was able to get it. She doesn't have Retropolis 2, so I don't know what the stipulations behind getting the sorry, VR Skater DLC for free, but I don't know. That's strange. But again, congratulations on Retropolis 2. It's really good. It's really good. Sadakar, 7th Legion, with another €5. Thank you so much, my friend. Says, why am I blocked from putting my PS tag in chat for friends? I don't use Discord or follow other channels. I'm just saying if you use PS Check, I don't know. You should be able to use your PlayStation tag on my channel. If that's not working, that's not a mod blocking you or anything. That's just maybe it's the @ symbol. Just don't use the @ symbol or something. But yeah, I don't know. There's nothing there's nothing that should be blocking that. So I don't know what's going on with that. Callum Tierney says it's the same in the UK store. Had my eye on Retropolis anyway, so went ahead and bought it. Retropolis is good. I don't know why. Maybe you have to buy a Perp Games game or something. I don't get it. It makes no sense. The 1920 says, weird, I have VR Skater physically and I can redeem the free promo. Maybe there's a reason they haven't promoted this. Maybe it's not even supposed to be there, but I don't know. Do what you got to do. I love all the different attempts that people are doing to get it to unlock. So whatever, keep trying. Try different methods, try different things. Maybe don't go out and buy everything, but interesting. There's got to be some key to this. Maybe we'll reach out to Perp Games. We know people's over there. We'll reach out to Perp Games and be like, yo, what's up with this and how do you unlock it? So I'll make a note to reach out to them and ask, see if I can figure it out before that ends. All right, so we have more to get through. All right, so anyways, Scott, the PSVR game kept for life. What is up, man? It's VR Skater DLC is free right now. Just the DLC, and it literally like doubles the game and gives you like an entire different skate parks. They're kind of similar, but their layouts are different, and it's like collecting the letters and all this stuff, more Tony Hawkish stuff. So it's pretty cool. Anyways, we got to keep moving along here. So let's keep going because, guys, as I stated before, nature is healing. Okay. One of the, while I mentioned earlier that it kind of sucks that, sometimes it's best to get a game when it's on sale at this point, because it's not even about the money anymore. It's just about the state of the game. And a lot of the times the games have a sale that coincide with a brand new patch or update. Guys, there's been 2 huge new ones. We'll start with this one right here. Behemoth, the developers made a very long post about this patch. They have dropped a major patch for Behemoth that includes 700 quality of life updates. That is insane. And it's a bunch of stuff from a bunch of visual quality things, which the game, even after the post-launch patches that fixed a lot of stuff, I did actually go back and had some other kind of, iffiness with some bugs and things. Like I said, I finally went back and played the final boss and it was bugged. So it was like, ugh. So that's actually kind of why it fell a little bit in my top 20 list. I know some people, they think that this one is the best of the big 3. And I think it's a great game overall. I gave it a solid 8 out of 10, and I'd still give it an 8 out of 10. That's just where I think the game is at. The only way that changes, I think, is with like DLC. But it's all about, the highlight of this game, obviously, as I've said over and over, is the second 2 Behemoth battles are phenomenal. But there is a lot of stuff in this game that is really cool. The aesthetic is nice. The graphics are nice, sharp and clear. Environments look great. And I, from day one, even pre-launch patch, I actually really like the combat. I do think they've made it better with, kind of getting rid of that stamina system, which didn't really make sense, and nerfing that. But I thought this game was great. But holy crap, man, a huge update to this one is pretty cool. This game, again, also on sale right now, but we'll get to the sale in a little bit. But pretty cool. Let's pause one moment for station identification. I'm just kidding. I need some water. Okay. So good on these devs. Okay. So for this one, I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't really gone back and tested out this new patch. But I want to. I will at some point. But it's awesome to see that this got such a mega patch, and I will at some point check it out and see what it all has to offer. And we'll follow up more on that soon. But what I did play was a big one for me, and that is Alien Rogue Incursion. Now, funny enough, my only save, long story short, my only save here was at the very end of the game. So I had to start the game all the way over from the beginning. And let me just say, I love this game, you guys. I love this game so much. Astro Dancing. Okay, so I really liked this game at launch, but it had one big flaw, I think. One major flaw that this game had, besides the, just some random bugs that people were encountering. One big design flaw, and that was the alien spawn system that we've all talked about over and over and over. Surely you've heard about it by now. But basically what would happen is that an alien would come, or a group of aliens would come and attack you literally every minute. And part of me was like, okay, if you're actually on an alien infested planet, then that's likely to happen. But it was unnecessary, and it took away from some of the other qualities of the game, like the storytelling and the tension. The big update to this one is that they fixed the alien spawning system, and what they did was that they basically retuned the accuracy of the aliens being able to sense your presence. The accuracy was like 100%. So the second you even entered the building, they were already on your ass, coming after you. So what they did was they tweaked the accuracy of the aliens, and now they react a little bit differently. Now, I played this for about 45 minutes last night, and let me just say, did this update work? Hell yes, it worked, and it is sweet. And it not only fixed like one thing, but it actually, as a side effect, kind of fixed a lot of other things as well. But essentially, it's basically what they described is you can actually sneak around, and you won't necessarily know where the aliens are or where they're coming. You'll maybe hear the aliens a little bit, but they're not just going to be up in your face immediately. No, they're going to hear you or smell you or something, and then they'll be kind of roaming in the area. Now, there's a lot of scripted parts too where they just come at you. That's not changed. This is just the moment to moment while you're exploring kind of moments. And this is pretty sweet, man. The way that the new things that this kind of enables is that, first of all, I was like going over to a panic room, and my little beeper thing, the little signal, motion tracker beeped at me saying, hey, there's an alien nearby, which you can also turn that off if you want like extra tension. I might do that. But for this thing, I kept it on to kind of experiment. This was for science. But I was going into a panic room, and it gave me the little motion tracker beep warning that, hey, there's an alien in the vicinity. And I took out my motion tracker, and I could hear the alien kind of like walking around, looking around in the next room. But it never actually came and pursued me. So it just has this new effect that's really, really cool, where you can actually sneak around aliens, and it makes the motion tracker so much better. Like, you actually can use the motion tracker to your advantage here. But also there's just that tension of them like being nearby, but not just automatically knowing where you are and pinpointing on you every second. No, you have to make some kind of noise or something, or they have to see you and then they'll come after you. I was really, really pleased that this system is kind of what they originally intended when they said there's a dynamic alien spawning system. It works a lot like that now. It is so much better. And I already liked this game a lot, and now I love this game a lot. And you know, I still think I'd mostly recommend it to people that like aliens. Maybe people that don't like Alien would like it now too, just because if you just like horror shooters. But man, going back in this game, it is so quality. Like, just the atmosphere, the lighting. I don't think, the voice acting of like Davis01, like the android that you're really with, that guy has a great android voice, really great dialogue, full body IK. I like so many things about this game, and this is the game like that. I think it is the best it could have been for what it is, I guess. It's really, really cool now. I love the fact that now I can sneak around, kind of listen to audio logs if I want to without just randomly being attacked, or, kind of can explore quietly and silently and do so. That's pretty cool. So this made a huge, huge difference. So if you are an Aliens fan, this has never been more of a must-have than it is now. I highly, highly recommend it because this game does a lot of other cool things too. In particular, I think the cinematic moments that this game has, there's some really cool, like, first-person cinema style moments. There's not many of them, but they're really cool. But yes, the spawning has been pretty much fixed. It just, everything about it just looks, and it both looks and feels better in many different ways. And I love it. But there was also some other things, like some minor bug fixes as well. Something I did notice was like there was something I noticed a little bit. The first safe area, which Kill Artist, I know you were messaging me about this as well. I encountered the same thing. The first save area, for some reason, the countertops are like flickering a little bit. But I don't know. It didn't happen really anywhere else, I don't think. So there was just one minor visual issue that was introduced. But compared to what was there before, this is so much better. You can really, this feels like a real Aliens game that like any fan should absolutely have. And yeah, man, like I want to play this again. Like when I got done with it originally, I was like, I don't think, like, I enjoyed that a lot, but I don't think I want to do that again. Now I'm like, when I jumped in last night, I'm like, dude, I could totally start over and just play this again because it's pretty cool. But yeah, man, this was a huge, huge update. So big deal. Can't wait to check out Behemoth's update as well. Really just going to be checking out the quality of life things. I don't more so like, that's a cool one, but I kind of know what to expect with that game now. So I don't know, unless it's like new content, there's really nothing going to be anything like super new for me. I've already made it through the game, and it doesn't, and as far as I know, I don't know. I didn't read all the Behemoth patch notes, but there's 700 of them. That's why I don't know what all that entails, but I will at least try to give it a little love. The last big update, of course, that I've been monitoring, you guys, is No Man's Sky. I don't have a video of No Man's Sky ready. Actually, I kind of do. But I have some good news. So No Man's Sky just got another patch. It's getting patched like every single day. The ocean stuff got fixed. The deep water ocean stuff got fixed. A lot of visual issues got fixed, but there's still there's two visual issues that still occur. These are not performance related. But there's two visual bugs that are occurring. One is just like an occasional plant or something will have these like scan lines on it that looks weird. That's not the big one though. The big one for me is there's like a flickering issue. Whenever you're near the surface of I can show you actually here. Whenever you're near the surface, the bottom, the water down below or whatever, you can see the land underwater like flickers. I know it's kind of a small thing there. This is the final update I need to have them fix before I'm like really ready to jump back in permanently. You guys, there is a sneak peek. There is kind of a little sneak peek tease of one of the levels. That's my favorite level of all time. It's the best looking planet I've ever seen. It's in that first clip. I can't wait to show you guys that, but I can't show it in this state because this is what I'm seeing in the headset. And that's a huge problem. I tried to be patient. I tried to use Zendesk. And this never got addressed after like 4 or 5 patches. So I finally just broke down and I straight up just messaged Griff, Martin Griffin, the VR expert on No Man's Sky, just to get his attention to be like, look, man, like this is broken. Like this is unplayable for me. Like this isn't just something small. Like this literally makes the game unplayable, mainly because I like to fish. I like to fish a lot. So the good news is that he saw this and he actually said that he says, I've identified the cause of this flicker and I'm working on a fix. Quite a tough one to debug. It can happen on all VR versions to some extent. When just under the water surface, the bug also sometimes presents as a shimmer when looking over water where transparency is high. So this is the kind of stuff, one of the reasons I love using Twitter as a resource to connect with devs. Like I don't like to complain a lot. Like I really held off a long time, but like I said, I tried Zendesk. I waited like 4 or 5 patches. It's been 2 weeks and I still can't play No Man's Sky. So I had to message something and show video. Developers, correct me if I'm wrong, GC or any developer watching, but developers love having footage, don't you? You love having footage of an issue instead of somebody just saying so you can see it right there and just be like, oh yeah, I see the problem. I try to give a video, a clear, short, concise video, and then just a quick detail of where it's happening. GC says this is the reason I uninstalled Twitter. Everyone's like, fix it. No, but yeah, so got really lucky here. I don't want to bother the dude too much because I'm just like, dude, just do your thing. Like I really didn't want to bother him, but dude, like I'm so glad he saw that. So hopefully No Man's Sky's next patch or one of the next ones is going to have that flicker gone. You can play around it, but I'm not going to stream again without it but I have the most amazing planets I need to show you guys that I can't wait. So cannot wait, guys. Cannot wait. All right. But yeah, awesome stuff, man. Alien, cannot recommend enough. Behemoth, I'll have to test and get back to you on that. I'll test it Monday or Saturday night live stream this Saturday. If somebody picks it, I'll play it. But yeah, good stuff. All right. Imzadi, good morning. I think in where you are, I don't know. I think it's morning there. Head bite. Yo, what up, man? Dude, my pleasure, man. You know, at this point, I just want to use my platform for any good I can do. Like I'm just like just trying to do something good, man. That's all I can try to do. And you know, stuff like this is it can fall through the cracks easily. There's not many people that will say stuff about problems going on in the community, and some of that, you know, doesn't get through or whatever. So just trying to do what I can to help behind the scenes too, man. All right, so before we get into the PSN Planet of the Discount sale, 10:52 a.m. We got 2 more donations to get to. Thank you guys so much. That guy is Will VR. You guys, an absolute legend. PSVR1 legend in the chat. Also, my Firewall buddy. Back when we used to play Firewall 0 Hour, when it was good. No, it's probably still good on PSVR1, but it sucks on PSVR2. Anyways, he was the silent assassin because he never had his mic on, but he destroyed everybody with his little. His character actually kind of looked like me. Now it's all coming together. I never thought about that, but Will's character that he chose in Firewall had a beanie, had a beard, looked a lot like me. He says, I need to get caught up, AJ. Questions for you. 1, did 18 floors ever get more than 3 floors? 2, is Super Amazeballs compatible on PSVR2? And 3, has Vertigo Home soundtrack been topped? Okay, number 1, no. I think 18 floors is still. I think there's 4 floors. I want to say in 18 floors. I could be wrong. It might still only be 3. If anything, there's 4. I don't think there's 18 floors. Number 2, is Super Amazeballs compatible on PSVR2? Is that really what that game was called? Was it really called Super Amazeballs? That is Super Amazeballs. No, it's not compatible on PSVR2, Will. It's not like we're, you know, it's not a big deal though. Who played that game? I hated that game. I hated Super Amazeballs so much. I think everybody liked it. But 3 is near and dear to my heart. Has Vertigo Home soundtrack ever been topped? It's not a toy. No, because you can't top Vertigo Home soundtrack. That was the greatest soundtrack of all time. And I was thinking about Vertigo Home the other day, and I was like, I missed that game. I really missed that game. I think it was by Trucker VR or whatever. I don't know. I love Vertigo Home. Yeah, awesome, awesome bad game. Anyways, thank you, Will, for the donation. I appreciate you, man. It's so good to see you. I hope you're doing well, my dude. And yeah, we're ready for you to come back. I'm sure you're way too busy. But anyways, we also got another one. Kill Artist, the Dreamweaver. Game Cat, thank you so much for the donation. Says, AJ, Kill Artist. I waited for this patch to drop on Alien Rogue Incursion before playing. For me, it's been very intense and fun. Nice. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I enjoyed it at launch, around launch, but yeah, it is like so perfect now. Like so perfect. I cannot wait to revisit, to play it again. Well, I played it last night and I had a lot of fun too. So it's much better. All right, guys. So before we get out of here, as per usual, I actually had, I guess we could talk about this real quick. Road to VR published an article about PSVR2 holiday sales growth. Look at this chart. Look, this over here, this is holiday 2023, which they did point out in the article that there was no sale on PSVR2 in 2023. Look at this. Look at this. It was like, you know, around the holidays, it sold like, what, 7,000 units, which is pathetic for the gaming industry standards. Then it was down to like the thousands, which is just abysmal, horrible. Then in August, you see it pop up just a little bit. You pop up at like 1,000 people. It popped up. In September, it actually had a decent spike, a couple thousand, it seems. These are really, really low numbers, really bad. But then here, once they did the holiday sale around Christmas type, it is like, shoop, it is exploding. So, yeah, we saw this with the Amazon sales. Oh, this is only Amazon, by the way. So this is just Amazon sales volume. But it boosted 5 times, man. It sold 5 times as well this holiday season. That is awesome, man. So a lot of new PSVR2 headset owners. Some of you may be here already. If so, if you're one of those new owners, welcome to the greatest online community there is, greatest VR community, no question about it. Make sure you join our Discord, and also subscribe to PSVR without parole, Virtual Strangers, and Miles Dyer. We're one big happy family over here, and it's the best community ever. You can find people to play online with. A lot of the stuff we talk about, I'm sorry, I've been doing this for seven years. I don't even know. I'm not even really doing the math, but it's been like 7 or 9 years or something. Yeah, I'd say 7 years I've been doing this, and we've been talking about this stuff for a long time. So sorry if we don't start from the beginning for you. We're just 0 to 100 instantly. Anyways, you guys are amazing. I appreciate you guys so much. I don't know what kind of I don't know what Tiffany's doing in the chat. But it sounds like she's up to no good as expected. But awesome to see, man. Awesome to see this boost. I think this goes to show that Sony should just cut the price permanently or do a constant sale. Either do a constant sale or cut the price permanently. It needs to be done. I'd say cut the price permanently, so you can actually sell the damn thing. I've talked about this for years. I talk about this with games, with VR developers as well. Would you rather sell 3 items? Would you rather sell 3 copies of your product for overprice, or would you like to sell thousands and thousands and thousands, potentially millions for cheaper? I think I know the answer to that question. Anyways, guys, it is time to talk and get to. We're running overtime a little bit here, so let's get through this as fast as possible. This is, of course, where we're gonna run through the sale, give you the thumbs up and thumbs down for these different games. And kicking things off, we've got Resident Evil 4. 2 thumbs up, must have, absolutely, for $19.99. Absolute must have. Resident Evil Village Gold Edition is $19.99. Now, it's a couple bucks, but really this game is like, it goes on sale for $15. The standard edition goes on sale for $15.99. Just get the standard edition because none of the DLC is VR. So do that. Tetris Effect Connected is on sale for $29.99. Now, look, I love Tetris Effect Connected, but what are you guys doing, man? This game's been out for like 10 years, and it's been out for several years. Why are you discounting it to only $29.99? No, get Tetris for around $20. Hard pass. I love Tetris, but hard pass. Crossfire Sierra Squad is $19.49. Absolutely, 2 thumbs up. Especially if you have a co-op partner to play with. Awesome Tatum, where Awesome Tatum at? My homie, my Crossfire homie. Dude, Crossfire Sierra Squad is amazing. If you're a hardcore first-person shooter fan, play this game on realistic. Turn off all the HUD items. Play it on realistic. Play the co-op. There's like 30 to 50 hours of game. Cannot recommend Crossfire Sierra Squad enough. Next, we've got Madison VR for $24.49. Another 2 thumbs up. Absolutely. Oh yeah, and by the way, you can do like what Scott, the PSVR Game Cap for Life, is doing. He knows the drill. You can give a thumbs up, 2 thumbs up, thumbs down, or 2 thumbs down in the chat as well. Maybe list the game as well so they know which one you're talking about. If just in case I'm moving too fast. Anyways, later, GC. Thank you so much. It says hashtag FreeGorn for some reason. Madison VR, 2 thumbs up. Absolute must have. Super good. Next, we've got Les Mis Body Combat for $19.79. Okay, here's the thing. I need to play this more. I was not impressed on my first impression. I'm gonna give it 1 thumb down. Because here's the thing. I'm actually becoming more interested in some fitness VR titles. One actually just dropped today, Dodgecraft, by Incisive Studio. I actually want to check that game out. They gave me a review key. I just didn't have time to play it before the show to talk about it. I will give you impressions on Monday, though. I'm actually interested in trying out some fitness games, though. So I want to try out Les Mills Body Combat again. But right now, I would say pass overall. The Dark Pictures Switchback VR is $17.99 or $14.99 with PlayStation Plus. Now, here's the thing. Switchback, I think, is just okay. Like, I think the first half of the game is really good. I think the Horde mode is really good. I think the second half is bad. Slow-paced, bad roller coaster game. Switchback, I'm going to give 1 thumbs up because that's a really good price for the game. It's also one of the best looking games after they did that. Eye track foveated rendering update. The chat says 2 thumbs up. So chat says go and get it. You probably already have it, but just in case you don't, buy Switchback. It's good. Next we have Drums Rock for $11.99, or if you have PlayStation Plus, $10.99. If you like rhythm games, I would say yes, especially if you're a drummer. I like Drums Rock. It's okay. Like it's okay. But I would give 1 thumbs up. Definitely not a must have. Definitely not like a, you need to go out and get it. But I liked Drums Rock. Calica Pepe says, how's the Murrah and Alien? I don't think there's really any Murrah and Alien. If there's any, it's so light, hardly noticeable. I would probably say pass for now on Drums Rock, but it's not bad. Okay, you know what? Go play the demo. Go play the demo and go decide yourself. Arizona Sunshine Bundle, Freddy's Bundle. I guess it comes with Arizona Sunshine 1 and 2, I'm guessing. I don't know what else would be bundled. Yeah, Arizona Sunshine Remake, Arizona Sunshine 2. That's actually not a bad price. That's both games at $22 each. That's not bad. Actually, if you if you have PlayStation Plus, which a lot of you do, it's $41.99. So that's actually a pretty good price for the bundle. I don't think it's like a go out and must have, must buy, must play, whatever. I do really like Arizona. I like Arizona Sunshine Remake a lot more than Arizona Sunshine 2. But I'm with the chat here. T Wade gives 2 thumbs up to Arizona. I give 1 thumbs up, and Zadi gives 1 thumbs up. It's good. It's solid. Let's see here. Stride Fates is $14.99, and with PlayStation Plus, it doesn't matter because no. I know some people like Stride Fates. I know that they updated Stride Fates. I don't like that game at all. It's terrible. So absolutely no to Stride Fates from me. Transformers Beyond Reality is $13.74. And it should be $2. 2 thumbs down. Did not enjoy that. Although I did hear from somebody that's better on PSVR2. Gorilla Attack I didn't play, but I don't even think it's probably worth the $3.49. Hold up. Sadukar 7th Legion with the PS5 Pro Fund. He says for the Pro Pot. But really for that chat. What a great, warm community. The reason I keep coming back, everyone in chat is amazing. Hugs. I know, Sadakar. We really do. I do not mince words when I say we have the greatest community online ever. Thank you, Sadakar. And thank you to the rest of the chat for giving Sadakar a warm welcome. Or not a welcome. He's been here around. He's been around for a while, but just y'all are great, man. Thank you for being awesome all the time to each other and Seriously, like I won't ever go anywhere just because of this community. As long as this community exists, I ain't going nowhere. Anyways, moving on. Thank you, Sadakar, once again, my friend. Metal Hellsinger. Oh, it's the Dream of the Beast. Okay, hold on. This is just the DLC. This is a lot of Metal Hellsinger DLC. Why? Complete edition, $5. What is this nickel and diming here? Purgatory, Essential Hits, Dream of the Beast. I don't know about all this DLC stuff. This is only who's on this? 2 songs. Oh, but it's got Will Ramos from Lorna Shore. Outfits. Okay. I mean that's cheap enough. But let's just move to the game itself. Metal Hellsinger for $19.49 with PlayStation Plus. Yes, I think it's a perfect $20 game. If you love metal and you love Doom and you love rhythm shooters, then yes, easily 1 thumb up. Metal Hellsinger is pretty good. Some of the DLC stuff I haven't even gotten to yet, but I will check out at some point. But yeah, Metal Hellsinger is pretty sweet. I enjoyed it. It's one for the metalheads. I have to be able to recommend it. Ooh, interesting. Okay, here we got something a little bit new. Townsman VR is $19.99. This is interesting. So I think Townsman for $20 is a great price. I have 10 hours in that game and I never finished it. The only problem is I never finished it because as much as I enjoyed it, it did start to get a little repetitive and boring, but that was after 10 hours. So that's kind of hard to argue with. I'm gonna give 1 thumb up to Townsman VR. I liked it. I think that's a good price for it. A much better price than $40. But yeah, Townsman was good. I'll give it a thumbs up. It's one of the better God mode games or whatever on the platform, and it's charming. It looks good. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'll give it 1 thumb up. Res Infinite for $19.79 Studios. Res Infinite, guys. Res Infinite does not drop under $20 very often. It's usually on sale for like $23, $24. Listen, if you haven't ever played Res Infinite, oh my God, please go get this. Thumbs up and a strong recommendation to get it. It never drops under 20. It rarely does. And the reason you need to play it is for the eye tracking. Play it with the eye tracking mode, which I have a video on. I think you just go to the settings, go to type D for the gameplay, type C or type D, and you need to play this game with the eye tracking because it is probably the best game to play with eye tracking, like as an actual gameplay input that I can think of. I'm sure something else will pop into my head. But listen, if you want a cool, unique PSVR2 experience, Res Infinite eye tracking, $20, thumbs up from me. Good stuff. Wrathmania in the house. What up, guys? Son, fist bump to you. The mods are here. The mods are here because Tiffany's out here. So they had to come out here. Sorry she brought you out here, guys. Tennis on court. You know, when I played this game the first day, it actually wasn't that bad. But it's just tennis. I think it's better than I think it's better than the Tennis Pro, whatever we had on PSVR 1. But yeah, $17.49, like it's okay, but I'm gonna say no. It's just okay. It's not great. Vertigo 2 for $19.49. Has this been cheaper? Has Vertigo 2 been cheaper? I think Vertigo 2 is a solid $20 game. It's definitely a very fun and creative, expansive world, pretty big game, first person shooter. Has a couple performance issues, as some of you guys know. has some indie jank stuff here and there. But I actually really, really enjoyed it. So overall, I would say yes to Vertigo 2. If you're a big fan of first-person shooters, then I think it's definitely a must-have. It's a shame, with everything that's happened with the game, it makes me want to say no, because he kind of just dumped the game out, fixed a game-breaking bug, and then abandoned it. And it was like there was supposed to be additional game modes. There was probably optimizations, haptics, adaptive triggers that could have been done better, but it is what it is. It's still a fun game overall, so I'll give like a light thumbs up for that. Chat, T Wade and Alessandro Barlata give Vertigo 2 thumbs up. Nobody's saying 2 thumbs down. So yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. So VR Skater Pro Bundle, avoid this. This is $29.99 because VR Skater is $11.54. Now, unless you've been skating for 30 years, 2 thumbs up for this. No, I think I love VR Skater. I talked about it earlier. It's under $12. And you can get the DLC for free right now. So, I say if you're interested in something, it is a little bit more physical, whatever, but, I'm a big fan of VR Skater. Learning curve. So if you don't like a challenge, this is not the game for you, but there's a specific set of people out there that this game is for, and it is really, really good for those people. Let's see here. So go get VR Skater if you're into it, if you're interested, and then go get the DLC right here for free. The Perp Promo VRS bundle. That is a $40 value. $40 value, you guys, for $11.54. Think about it. Do it. Imzadi says 1582 Australian. Never played it, but it's cheap here. So thumbs up. Hey, that's totally fair, Imzadi. That is totally fair. But go play it, Imzadi. What are you doing? Go download the DLC too. Okay. Beat the Beats VR is $13.39. Honestly, I haven't played this. I need to pick this up. And I've heard some decent things about it, but I've completely avoided it because I got so sick of just copycat Beat Saber games and, whatever games. Unplugged VR, Unplugged Air Guitar is $9.99 or $7.99 with plus. $7.99 with plus. Listen, the only reason to buy Unplugged VR is if you think it's going to get a hand tracking update. If not, if it doesn't get an update, then avoid it. If it is going to get an update, then I would say maybe it is worth trying. But that's the risk you're going to have to take. Happy Funland. This one is iffy. Some people love this game. Some people think it's an absolute joke. I'm kind of like in between. I'm just like, it's okay. $11 is not, you could certainly do worse for $11.34. I guess if you're really into horror and crude humor, explicit behavior, naughty things, yeah, sure, it's fine. But for me personally, I would say no. I didn't really enjoy it. I didn't care for it, but there are people that like it. So I don't know. I'm not the best one to judge for this game. I'd say no. Next we have Red Matter Collection for $27.99. I don't care how much Red Matter is. You need both these games in your life if you haven't played them. Buy Red Matter 1 and 2. Number 6 on my top 20 list. number 6. So you have got to play Red Matter. Absolutely. Humanity is $14.99. You can get it with PlayStation Extra. I don't know. I'd say no. I actually liked Humanity, but just get it if you have extra. Play it. I liked it, but I got bored of it. Several hours in, 5-6 hours in, I got bored of it. Cactus Cowboy Desert Warfare. This is $4.99. This one's not for me, so I'm gonna pass on this one. I will say that, the developer has been going through some stuff and seems like a really cool guy. So if you want to support a really cool developer, pick this up. And it wasn't as bad as I expected. I only played it because of Saturday Night Livestream, because that's the kind of things torture you guys like to put me through, because it's just not my type of game. But it wasn't actually that bad, surprisingly. Wasn't as bad as I expected. But it's a pass for me personally. I got bored of Humanity. Yes, Humanity bores me. Metro Awakening Deluxe Edition is $37.49. Listen, I love Metro. Hard pass on this. I don't really care about the Deluxe Edition items. What? I don't even know. I don't even care to look what it is. I don't really think most Deluxe Edition stuff is garbage anyways. It's just cosmetics usually. I think that's what this is. This gives you some cosmetic stuff, which, I mean, unless Metro is your favorite thing of all time, then it's going to be a hard pass for that price. I did finish Metro 2033, by the way. Oh my God, amazing. Amazing book. One of my favorite, easily one of my favorite books of all time. After the Fall, Deluxe Edition, $11.99 or $9.99 with PlayStation Plus. If you're in need of the closest thing to like a Left 4 Dead, sure. It's the closest thing to Left 4 Dead we have. And there's certainly worse games out there. But I think it's just a meh game. Like, it's average. I liked it when it came out. I thought it was pretty fun, but so yeah, I mean, yeah, that's not fair then. I did like it, so I give a very weak thumbs up. It's a really good price for it. Really, really good price. Snowbreed, C Smash VRS. This is an interesting discount. $20.39 or $15.29 with the discount. I think this game sometimes has a deeper discount, I want to say, but okay, for C Smash VRS at $15.29 with PlayStation Plus, I give it like a thumbs up, sure. Not a, crazy, you must got to go out and play this thing. But I will say, when I was a little late to getting around to playing it, and after I played C Smash VRS, it was a lot better after some updates it got. Like, it was a lot of fun, actually. I like C Smash VRS. For some reason, I just don't play it a lot, though. I wish I played it more. So C Smash is a good game. Really good soundtrack. Really fun and relaxing. Gonna give it a thumbs up. Oh, just for the 15 price. Chernobyl again. I haven't played this. I don't know. I'm gonna have to pass on this. I'm sorry. I couldn't be bothered. Afterlife VR also could not be bothered. Ooh. Oh, okay, hold on. We got there's some goodies coming up though. Okay. And then we got to get to these donations real quick. Let's see here. What was that? I want to make sure I didn't miss one. Sadakar, thank you so much for yet another donation. Appreciate the love and support. Right back at you, my friend. Says, with the surge in VR2 sales, do you not think they should be putting more VR2 games in Extra and Deluxe? VR2 games in both are pretty stale now. they've been pretty good about adding, stuff to the list. Yeah, that's a good point. To Aid, maybe during the anniversary that could be something. I don't know. They had a really good strong run of adding games monthly to PSVR2 catalog. Yeah, I think they should absolutely keep doing that. That's something we kind of talked about, even though it's not even something I use. I think that is something they need to just absolutely keep adding that stuff. There's already a decent library in there. It's just, yeah, they need to keep it going and just keep adding to it. But yeah, pretty good stuff, man. Thank you for the donation. Keep that thing going. There's lots of content. I think it's okay to let content breathe. I don't like it when too many games release at once. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine. It kind of like irks me. There's two things that really bother me about PSVR2 game releases. One, when a bunch of games release at the same time, and prior to that, there's like an extreme drought, and I'm like starving for games. It's either like feast or famine. I do not like it when that happens. I like a steady flow. Give me one big game a month kind of thing. The other thing is devs overpricing their games. Not sure. Brondo, thank you so much. It's what plants crave. Thank you so much for the donation, my friend. Says, I'm still on roller coasters and try not to comment on current to me content. I'm still on roller coasters and try not to comment on current to me content. Oh, okay. He's only listening to the epic roller coaster section right now. Hope you enjoy. Not sure, Brondo. It's what plants crave. Thank you for the donation, my friend. That's hilarious. Hello from the future. Not sure, Brondo. Scott, the PSVR Game Cat for Life. Thank you so much, my friend. Says just got the DLC for VR Skater for free. Thanks, AJ and chat. Let's go. Yeah, man. So again, if you missed it, just a quick reminder, VR Skater DLC is free right now. Go and get it. I'll have timestamps later to show where to get it. Oh my God. Okay. I need a quick drink of water real quick. Sorry. Woo, okay, we still got some more games to get through, though, so let's keep this going, man. I did not, this show, I really aimed for it to be 1 hour long. This is not intended to be 2 hours, but screw it. We're doing it live. Okay, here we go. Here's an interesting one. Snow Scout is $15.99 with PlayStation Plus $14.99. Dude, I am not a fan of 90s extreme skiing. I'm a big fan of Snow Scout. I say give a thumbs up, man. Thumbs up to Snow Scout for $15, $14.99. Absolutely. It's a really cool, charming, it has a lot of charm to it. It's a fun ski resort simulator where you're kind of like setting up a ski resort, and then your reward is you get to race on the tracks after. So I think it's a really good game, great indie game. Big thumbs up for Snow Scout. I like that game a lot. Toss is $9.99. I've said before that I'm not a big fan of this game, but I know a lot of people are. So if it looks like something you'd enjoy, then get it. For me personally, not my thing. I didn't like it very much. Snow Scout sounds like a G.I. Joe figure, says Reth Mania. Wow, man, I missed you, Reth. You don't come over. You don't write. You don't call. That's pretty funny though, and it's very true. Oh my goodness! And then of course Tiffany comes in to attack him after. Santa Car 7th Legion. Thank you so much for the donation. Says last one. Would you buy Skyrim VR2 if released, AJ? Absolutely. I'd buy it twice. I'd buy a physical and a digital edition. Absolutely. I've bought it on Steam actually, and at some point when the next PSVR2 drought comes along, I'm gonna just throw like 100 mods at it and see what happens. Yeah, I will absolutely play. Fun fact: I did not like Skyrim when it originally released on PS3. I just didn't really care for it that much. Like I ran into some issues and bugs, and I thought it was very empty. But man, in VR, I fell in love with Skyrim. Anybody would be crazy not to play it in VR if they had the chance. So Toss, I'm gonna say, so if it looks fun to you, sure. If it doesn't, then pass. It's not gonna convince you if you're not into that. A Fisherman's Tale for $4.94. Decent, charming little puzzle game. Still gonna say pass. Not too crazy about it. Dyschronia, pass. I don't like visual novels at all. Sugar Mess, I haven't played. Dead Hook, hard pass. I do not like this game. It's like a Doom ripoff, but a bad one, and it's like a quest port. Genotype, hello, is interesting. Man, that really sucks to see only 163 ratings on this. This game got really boned by its release date. 2061, 1923. Genotype's pretty good, man. If you want like a kind of an indie game that has the content of a full-length game, Genotype is pretty satisfying. It's got some cool stuff. It's not going to blow you away or blow your mind or amaze you. But if you just need like a solid game, Genotype is pretty solid, man. So I'll give a kind of a solid, very shaky, solid thumbs up to that. You can't go wrong with it. It's just the only problem with Genotype, I will say, is that like I was really enjoying it for a couple hours and then I got really bored. It's another one of those where I enjoyed it for a long time, for several hours, and then I got bored and didn't finish it. I know a lot of other people that really like it though, so I don't know. It just didn't do enough to mix it up for me to keep me excited. Synth Riders plus 80s mixtape side B for $23.99 or $21.44. Well, I'm a big fan of Synth Riders. That pricing though is not really good. I will say, this new 80s mix pack though is pretty sweet. It's got Toto's Africa on there, which is pretty cool. And I still always say, you could do worse. Like this is not bad. This is not bad at all, in fact. But I always say just buy Synth Riders base game for like $15 when it goes on sale, and then kind of go from there. If you want to start with a pack, then this is actually a pretty good pack to start with. This has got some good stuff on there, but I don't know. Really depends. Retropolis 2, Never Say Goodbye. Okay, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Retropolis 2, this is what? $8.24. Dude, that is cheap. This is usually $24.99 and is only $8.24. Dude, I'm gonna give 2 thumbs up to this. 2 thumbs up to Retropolis 2 at $8.24. Guys, go play this game for $8. It's really good. It's super charming. If you like point and click adventures, like I loved Monkey Island growing up. This isn't as good as that, obviously, but this is good. This is the best point and click adventure in VR. If you like puzzles, things like that, $8, no brainer. Buy. Retropolis 2. I'm a big fan of this game. Sweetopia. Sweetopia. Oh, and the chat seems to agree as well. Thank you for backing me up, Scott and Flamehat, for backing me up on Retropolis. That's a really good price. That game's usually $24.99, $8. Come on. Sweetopia, 99 cents. Yes, buy Sweetopia for 99 cents because almost everything in Walkabout Mini Golf is amazing. Baki VR Simulator. I don't know. I've heard it's terrible. Hard pass. Hellsweeper VR is $19.99 or, even better, $17.99 with PlayStation Plus. Buy Hellsweeper. 2 thumbs up for $17.99. That is the sweet spot price for Hellsweeper. I'm a big fan. Yeah, absolutely. Major new updates. Major new updates recently. Can play it co-op, 3-player co-op. Lots of new DLC, new bosses, new levels, all new stuff. Dude, be haptic support if you have a haptic vest. 2 thumbs up for Hellsweeper VR for $17.99. That's easy. Thank you, Flame Hat, for the also 2 thumbs up. I love this game, and I love the devs, and I'm glad to see that the game is doing better. It's picked up a little bit in sales from launch, but I want more Hellsweeper. Now you can play as the character from Sirento too, which is pretty cool. Throwback. Why did this go to this? I lost my filter. I must have clicked too many things. We're almost done here. We're on the last page. Aka R is $7.99. I'm gonna say pass on Aka R. Just 1 thumb down. It just didn't hook me. It wasn't as fun. I saw that Jeff Minter has a new game coming out though, and it looks to have some of the things that we liked about Polybius in it. Why he won't just release Polybius on PSVR2? Now that's what we absolutely need. But I was happy to see that his next upcoming game, I don't know what it's called. It's probably called Goat Smoker or something. His next game looks like it could be good. I don't know. I like Polybius. Other than Polybius, all of his games are just kind of meh. Polybius, man. Bring Polybius to us. It's a shame. Next, we have Mixture, and I'm not even going to look at the price. No. No to Mixture. What is the price, though, actually? $8.24. That's actually not a bad price, but I played about 5 minutes of this game and shut it off and deleted it. And I never want to play it again. Oh, it's called iRobot. Thank you. Is Jeff Minter's next game. And the next 3 are Dyschronia. I do not like visual novels. So again, the must-haves from this: Resident Evil 4, Crossfire Sierra Squad, Madison VR, Switchback. Is strong, is a good recommendation. Not a must-have maybe, but a good recommendation. Metal Hellsinger, another solid recommendation. Townsman VR, solid recommendation. Res Infinite, I think, is a must-have. VR Skater, I think, is also a must-have at $11. Go get the free DLC. Again, $30 value, or $40 value for $11.54. You got to must-have it. Red Matter is just always a must-have, regardless. Snow Scout, give Snow Scout a chance. I think it's pretty good. Snow ski slope simulator, ski resort simulator that you get to ski on. Toss is pretty good for some people, not for me personally. Genotype, pretty good. Didn't finish it. Retropolis, absolute must-have. Hellsweeper, absolute must-have. And that's it, guys. This has been Interactive Chat Volume 84. 84. We're nearing 100. Guys, once again, you are the greatest community ever. I appreciate you so much. You make this really fun and enjoyable to do. Without you, I don't think I wouldn't be here in the first place, and I wouldn't still be here if you went anywhere. So thank you for your support as always. Thank you to everybody who came out and hung out in the chat and put up with GC and GC's harassing people. Really appreciate you guys. I'm losing my voice. I'm losing my voice really bad. But oh my God, it's like really bad. But thank you guys so much, man. Thank you so much for all the donations. You guys are so generous. I appreciate you. Your support helps a lot. I am dying. I am possibly dying. Thank you to everyone who goes down here to patreon.com/PSVR Underground, supports me on Patreon. And everybody watching, tuning in later, thank you as well. I'm going to get out of here before my voice is completely gone. Good timing, though. Good timing. The show went on an hour longer. Than I expected, but always a good time, man. Thank you so much, man. I'll see you guys on Saturday, 8 o'clock Eastern, Viewer's Choice. Get your picks ready. I will make a community post as well. You guys are the greatest, man. I love you. Appreciate you. Definitely keep an eye out next Saturday as well. Well, we'll get there when we get there, but probably going to be the anniversary soon. See y'all. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the night. Let's get out of here. Head bite. Thank you so much. We got to get out of here with some metal as always, of course. We're not leaving without some metal, you guys. That has to happen. Guy Son, fist bump to you. GC13, the Diet Pepsi Cat. Thank you so much. Blue Jew, the Underground Game Cat. Elite Name Squad in the house. Thank you. Satakar, 7th Legion. Thank you so much for your generous donations, my friend. Same with you, Kill Artist, and everybody. Scott, Sal, everybody. Not sure Brondo. Reading this from hello from the future. Once again, you get your chat. Bad Robo in the house tonight. Thank you so much, man. Alessandro, thank you. Inzadi, bye-bye. Let's see here. Salvador, Cat GPT, the AI Game Pat. I love that name so much, man. Dan Kiefer, thank you so much, my friend, for the late donation. You are awesome, my friend. Playing the trumpet. Is that a trombone champ reference? Old Darth. Thank you so much, man. You guys are awesome. Sedukar, Bogosoft, Prentice Summer Scales. All of you have a wonderful rest of the night. Flame Hat, fire, fire, fire. Make sure I get as many. T-Wade, thank you. All right. I'll see you guys again Saturday. See you then.